Hello. Hello, Bhavesh.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Bhavesh. How are you?
Fine, ma'am.
Did you eat your lunch?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Wait for a few minutes. Let your friends join, okay? Sure. Hello, ma'am. Hello, Bhavesh.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, shall we start the class?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I hope you can see my screen, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So, okay. So, good afternoon. My name is K. Harshavardhani. I'm going to teach you today separation of substances.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, science. So, first of all, before going into the topic, what do you think the topic is? What do you mean by separation? What is your or what you mean by separation?
Separation of substance, I know only examples.
Okay, tell me.
Separating insoluble substances with
Okay.
water, like filtration.
Okay.
Yes.
What do you mean by the word separation? In your day-to-day life, are you separating things? Can you give any examples in your day-to-day life for separation?
Magnets. I play with magnets and I separate some when they stick together.
Very nice. Then,
I think that's it, ma'am.
okay. Do you eat rice? You eat rice. You eat
Yes, ma'am.
sambar rice. Do you know curry leaves?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you eat curry leaves or you pick the curry leaves and throw away?
I think I eat them.
You eat them, then you're very good. No, while eating, some kids used to pick curry leaves, pick chili. You won't eat chili, right? If you get chili in your food, you throw away. You pick it up, you put it aside, right? So that is separation. You're separating something from something, right?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
separation. So now we will get into the topic. What is separation? So today, before going into the topic, today we are going to explore the definition. What is separation? Then we will so I will conduct you some activities. We will do some activities together on separation to understand it better. Then we will see why do we separate. So why do we separate? What is the purpose of separation? Then we will discuss some high order thinking questions, HOT questions. Then I'll give you some super homework and you have to do that and come for the next class. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
So now going to separation. So as you said, separation, before getting into the technical term separation, we have in a day-to-day life, we separate a lot of things. If you see here, I think you can see the picture, right? Your
Yes, ma'am.
mom prepares tea for you daily. Your mom prepares tea, right? So what is actually preparation of tea means? We will drink only the tea, but we won't consume the tea powder, right? Tea powder is a waste. So we use something called filter. We filter it, right? So tea powder we won't eat, only the tea we will drink, right? So that
Yes.
is a very basic example of separation, filtration in a day-to-day life, right? So in our daily life, there are many instances when we notice a substance being prepared from a mixture of materials. Tea leaves are separated from the liquid with a strainer while preparing. And so many more. So, okay, now separation, I think you got a basic idea what is separation and everything. Now let's do an activity, okay? I think you need to get up, go search some fruits or vegetables or different kind of items available in your home so that you can hand pick them, okay? Just hand picking things, fruits, vegetables if you have, okay? Just go and bring. Go to your mom, ask her, go and bring some fruits, vegetables. You can bring the different kind of things, okay? Can you bring?
Yes, ma'am.
Go slowly. I'll wait for you. 2 minutes, okay?
Okay. Hello, ma'am. Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Ma'am, I brought.
Okay.
to the
What
school.
are all you brought?
Ma'am, I brought.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Okay.
I brought
Okay.
orange,
Okay.
tomato, carrot,
Okay.
and
Mm-hmm.
the 3.
Okay. Now your task is to separate them. I'm just telling you to separate them. You can separate them based on whatever criteria you want, but separate them.
Okay,
Just
ma'am.
separate.
Okay, ma'am.
Separate.
Ma'am, I separated it.
Okay. So how many categories you got after separating?
One,
Okay. 2.
3,
Okay.
2,
Mm-hmm.
4, 5, 6. 6.
Okay, you got 6 categories. Based on what criteria you separated?
Ma'am, I ripped off the up one and took out everything easy.
Okay, you bought vegetables, fruits, right? You mixed vegetables and fruits, and you bought pomegranate, you bought carrot. Pomegranate is a fruit, but carrot is a vegetable, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So in this classification, the category is, there are 2 categories. One is fruits, and the next one is vegetables. You can categorize them, you can separate them based on one category, that is the nature of the object. That is what kind of object it is, whether it is a fruit or it is a vegetable. Or else you would have categorized them in another way also. What is that? Based on the color. If you see in your things, tomato and carrot are of same color, right? They
Yes,
both
ma'am.
are of somewhat same color, right? So you can separate them based on color.
Yes, ma'am.
So separation varies from, it has lot of it has a wide range of conditions. You can separate them based on the nature of the object or color of the object. And if you take flowers, again you can also separate them, right? If you have some set of flowers, you have jasmine, you have rose, you have hibiscus, again you can separate them based on colors. They all come under flowers, but they have different colors, right?
Yes,
And
ma'am.
if I give you some set of objects, you can separate anything based on one criteria, that is nature, and the second common criteria, that is color, right? So this is the basic separation that you do based on the nature of the object and the color of the object. And in different situations, smell of the object includes, and all other components of the object, based on those also you can separate, right? This is
Yes, ma'am.
separation. And then we have another interesting activity. So this activity will be very interesting for you, but with the help of your parent, you have to do this. So just take a glass of water and take half spoon of oil and mix.
I
Try
know
mixing. You know this. Okay, very good. Then can you say me what is the result?
Ma'am, the result is the water and oil do not mix together.
Do not mix together. Do you know the reason?
Ma'am, because the water doesn't take the oil.
It doesn't take the oil. Why? Water doesn't like oil.
No, ma'am.
No, water doesn't like oil. That's why it doesn't take. Okay. So the real reason of this experiment, the reason of this behavior, the real reason of this behavior is because the density of these two are different. And actually, the density doesn't come under separation. It's a separate topic. But as you are very interested to know the reason, I told you. Oil density and water density are different. And as both are liquids, they do not mix up as their densities are different. Right? So, okay, once you have taken the cup of water or the glass of water, you had put the spoon of oil, you had mixed it with the oil. Now, can you separate them? Can you take, if I tell separate, Bhavesh, separate the oil from the glass of water, can you do that?
I think no, ma'am.
You cannot do, right? You cannot separate the oil from the water. These, because this is irreversible process. Before separation, if I ask you, you can bring me the water separately and oil separately. But once after you mixed it, you cannot separate them again. Here, separation is not possible. But in the before activity, whatever we did, the separation is possible, right? You have separated vegetables and fruits based on the nature of the object. But in this activity, you cannot separate oil and water. So there are two kinds. Some are separable. Some are inseparable. You can separate certain things based on the objects, based on the nature of the objects, but you cannot separate certain things. There are two kind of categories, that is separable objects, inseparable objects. You have to make note of this because in your question paper, they may ask you, they may give you some activity or some passage of question and can ask you whether this is separable or not. So you have to answer it, right? Are you having any doubt till now?
No, ma'am.
You can ask me doubts, all right, if you have.
No.
So now, actually, you gave me the examples of separations, but I suggest you or I encourage you to find more examples. Tell me like a few more examples when you come for the next class, no? Come to next class, I expect you to say more examples also. Just, I want you to observe the surroundings and tell me small examples. I don't have to go for very deep examples, small examples that you day-to-day life, you're separating things, right? You have to say me and how you separate, based on what criteria you separate, whether they are separable or not, everything you need to analyze, right?
Okay, ma'am.
Now, coming to the very important part, why do we separate? So I want you to know, why do we separate? So you, let me ask you some question, just normal question. Why do we want to separate? You can take any example and tell me why do we want to separate?
Ma'am, I can't hear you.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, just tell me, you can take any example of yourself and tell me why you need to separate them. What is the need of separation?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Think.
We need to separate vegetables so that it can we can separate vegetables and fruit peels. We need to take them out so that it cannot like if we add if we if we do not take out the peel, so the taste would not be good.
Very nice. So if your mother, very nice answer. If your mother is asking you, bring some vegetables, okay, to put in some food. If you go and bring apple, like you take the apple and go to her, she'll scold you, right? Because apple is not a vegetable, it's a fruit. And
Yes,
if your mother is asking you, Bhavesh, go and bring me some fruits. I'll cut and give for you to eat. And if you go and bring brinjal, your mother will scold because brinjal is vegetable. It's not a fruit. And if you see in the slide, I have given you 3 different examples separating stones from rice. So now you tell me, why do you want to separate stone from rice? What is the purpose of separation?
Ma'am, first of all, we need, how do we do this process? We do this process through hand picking, and we need to do this process because if we add rice with the stones, it would not be easy for our teeth to chew.
Very good.
Sometimes our teeth can break.
Okay, so we want to separate the rice from stone because our teeth cannot bite them. Teeth may broke out.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good, very good. And also we cannot eat stones, right? Stones are not good for health, right? And second thing, churning milk to obtain butter. What do you know about this churning milk to obtain butter? What do you mean by churning?
I don't know about churning, but I see my mom cooking butter. Butter.
You see your mom cooking butter then?
Mom, and some leftover after taking the butter into the bowl, beneath some leftovers will be there, like
Okay.
which are harmful. Maybe.
Okay. Okay. So same thing. So if you see in the slide, churning milk to obtain butter. Actually it is one of your homework I have given you. You have to go and ask your mother how to churn, what is mean by churning, and how we will get butter by churning the milk. You go and ask your mother. Okay? Explore this.
Can I have a guess?
Yes, yes, surely.
Churning means like rolling like this.
Wonderful. Yes, that is exactly churning. Correct. That is churning. But thing is, if you keep on churning the milk, it turns out to be butter. That is the whole process of churning milk to obtain butter. Is if you keep on rolling like that, whatever you shown me now, that milk turns to butter. After if you actually you want to do the process and see, after churning, you could see leftover leftover particles would be there. That is actually waste. We will throw it out. Okay, that is not useful. That is what written in this slide. Then third is separating tea leaves, right? We make tea in a home. Did you see, have you ever saw your mother making tea?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. What do you observe?
She like takes out some tea powder and keeps it in the hot water and mixes it, and some leftover will be under.
Very nice.
She filters it. Like take a strainer and keep it above the glass and throw, and like pouring down the
milk.
The tea, like
Okay.
made tea.
You know how to prepare tea. You're telling it very nicely. So, and the leftover tea particles are nothing but waste, right? We won't use that. We will throw usually. Only we will drink the tea.
But some wastes which are like food components and these peels, vegetable peels, are sometimes also useful for soil.
Yeah, very good. Very good. So that leftover tea particles are here. If you see the slide, it has been written like the purpose of which, what is the purpose of the separation? To remove the impurities are harmful components, right? But actually your point is right. The tea waste is not, it's not consumable by human beings, but it is actually not a impurity. Sorry, it's not a waste, right? As you said, you can use them as a plant manure, right? As you have said me this point that you can use the tea leaves, the strains of the tea as a manure. Go home and today like write down the points or write down the things that you can use as a natural manure for plants. Okay, that is one of your homework. Okay, note down. You have to go today, your home, after this class, go and do research, go and ask your mother, father, what they know about or what you can learn from them. How to use natural plant manure. Now, as you said, very good, tea strains, leftover tea particles are natural manure for plants, right? Like that, you have lot of natural manures. Go and explore them, right?
Okay, ma'am.
So as you see, this column is very important in your exam point of view. Actually, you have to maybe you can make note of it. So separation process, purpose for which we do the separation. What do we do with the separated components? You know how they will ask you. They may fill any two of this. For example, if you take the first one, separate stones from rice, they may give this one, the middle part, that is purpose for which we do the separation, will be a blank space, and the third one will be given. So you have to find the purpose for which we do the separation. It will be a fill in the blanks question for you. And second one, if you take churning milk to obtain butter, they may give a blank space at the last. We throw away the impurities. That will be the last. So you have to find, when you churn the milk to obtain butter, which one you will use, which one you won't use. They may ask you like that. Okay. So this is a part of your NCERT book question. So you have to be careful with this. Not only these three, that is separate stones from rice, churning milk to obtain butter, separate tea leaves. They may also ask you many other questions also, other examples also. Okay. So now we have come to higher order thinking questions. So these are higher order thinking questions. So first question, can you read for me the first question?
Why the separation of substance is necessary? Give real life examples.
Okay. Can you give me, you already gave me a lot of examples. Can you think more and give me, just think what are all the things happening around you and tell me.
Can I ask my mother for one example?
Okay, you can. Yes, sure. Yes.
Like we take eggs to cook omelette or something. We like cut the egg and cook the inside and throw the outside shell.
Very nice, very nice. That is one of the good example for separation. Then
and we can like cook buttermilk, like we add like some, we add
yes.
What do we add to milk, ma'am, to make it butter?
We don't add anything. We churn them. We churn them. That whatever you said me, the rolling part, that one.
Okay.
So this is one of your homework. As I said before, you have to ask more about this to your mom and dad. and write down me at least 5 and come in the next class.
I think I know one which I studied in 4th grade.
Yeah, tell me.
Ma'am, I think it's distillation.
Very
Like
good.
process.
Very good.
Distillation.
Distillation. Okay. Fine.
The water, like we add some in, if the water consumes insoluble substances, we like heat the water, and the water vapor comes up and condenses and goes through the pipe and get
Very
and
nice.
and will get collected by the
Beaker. Yes, beaker.
beaker.
And you have explained me the process of distillation now. Now, I want you to tell an example by which, like, take an example. You can tell, ma'am, we can separate these two things with the distillation method. Can you give me one simple example?
Water and mud.
Water and mud. Very nice. Very nice. Water and sand. Very nice. So go explore more examples by which you can separate them, right? Then if you see the next question, that is, can you read me the next question?
Can you show that table again, the separation process?
Sure.
I think I have that separation process in my textbook.
NCERT, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. From there only, I am telling you, yeah, the exact table. From there only, I am telling you that table can come in your examination also. Like as I told you, what they will do, they will take out this middle part and give as a blank so that you have to fill that.
Okay.
For example, if I'm saying separation process, separate fruits and vegetables. You have a bowl, mixture of, the bowl consists of fruits, vegetables, and spices also. So I am asking you, I will be framing your question. Use hand picking method to separate items in the bowl. So how you will separate using hand picking method? You have to separate this. It's like you have to separate fruits, vegetables, spices into 3 different categories. That is the first column, right? Separation process. In the separation process, you have to, by using the hand picking method, you're separating the 3 things. And when you come to the next column, purpose for which we do the separation, what is the purpose? You can you can write the purpose of this. Because the purpose is to separate the things based on the nature. That is the purpose. What is the third column? What do you do with the separated items? Here, all the 3 items, that is fruits, vegetables, spices. You know, right? What are spices?
Yes, ma'am.
All the three are useful, right? We don't want to throw anything in that after separation.
Yes, ma'am.
So if you take the first one, separate stones from rice, see the last column, we are throwing away the solid. That is, we are throwing away the stones because stones are not helpful for us. They are not useful for us. You see the last column, separate tea leaves. In the last column, we are saying like we use both the components. As you said, we use them as a manure. So they are not waste particles. We are not throwing them. So if I also gave you one example, mixture of particles in a bowl, that is vegetables, fruits, and spices. In this, all the 3 are useful. We are not going to throw anything, right? So that will be coming in the last column. So like that, they may ask you examples in the question paper and they may ask you to fill. This table is important. And then a higher order. Now, are you clear with this table? Bhavesh, shall we go to the next slide?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Now see this higher order question. Second question, can you read me?
You are given a mixture of sand, salt, and iron filling. Suggest some methods for separating all the components of this mixture.
Yeah. I think this is the one you told me in the very beginning of the class, right?
From hand picking?
No. Read the question once again.
You are given a mixture of sand, salt, and iron filling. Suggest method for separating all the components in this mixture.
Okay. So mixture consists of sand, salt, and iron fillings. I want you to separate all these things. That is sand, salt, and iron filling are together now. They are like a mixture in a bowl. I want you to separate them. Separate them separately, like sand in a separate box, salt in a separate box, iron fillings in a separate box. How can you do? First of all, can you separate these things?
Ma'am, 1 second.
Yes, sure.
Ma'am, my mother's phone is getting a call.
Okay,
Fine.
I'll wait for you. Bhavesh?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
1 second.
yes.
Ma'am?
Ready? Ready?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Can you say me the second question? We were discussing about the second question. If I am giving you the mixture of sand, salt, and iron filling, first question in this is, can you separate them? And second question, if you can separate them, what method you will like? How will you separate them? What is your idea about separating them? Are you thinking?
I don't know.
Are you
Like,
thinking?
Mom, like, mom, no, like, I don't know, mom.
You don't know. Okay. I am giving you mixture of sand, salt, and iron fillings. First, as we have discussed in the first point, we have to separate them based on the nature of the object. So if you want to separate, I'm going to separate sand, salt, and iron filling. Now the question is, how will you separate? In the first question, I told you we have a mixture of objects like vegetables, fruits. I told you to separate, you easily separated them as vegetables and fruits with the help of hand picking method, right? But now I'm giving you sand, salt, and iron filling. My question to you is, can you use the same hand picking method to separate all these three?
Mom, I think we can only use hand picking for iron filling.
For iron, if the iron filling is very, very minute, powdery, then can you use hand picking method?
No, mom.
No. So what do you think? What do you think that how can you separate? One method you can use with the help of magnets, as you said me, small magnet, you can separate the iron fillings, right?
Oh, yes, mom.
Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. With the help of magnet, you can separate the iron fillings. I'm taking the mixture that the bowl has and I'm taking the small magnet. I'm just revolving the magnet around the mixture. If you take out the magnet, you can see the iron fillings got attracted to the magnet so that you have successfully separated iron fillings now. But the sand and salt, they are still there in the mixture. How will you separate sand and salt? This will be one of your homeworks. Think. You have to tell me in the next class. At least you have to try telling me like what method you will use. How will you separate? What is your notion in that? At least try. Okay. Take down. You have to tell me. First, one method I helped you that using the magnets you can separate the iron fillings. And now my question is, how will you separate sand and salt? Take this as your homework. In the next class, at least you should try telling me what is the method you will use. Right? And now let's go to the third question. Can you read me the third question?
You are given a sample of water. How will you find out whether it is pure or not?
Okay. How will you find out? Just by seeing. I'm telling you, just by seeing, how will you find out?
Ma'am, I think we can use one element. We can use chlorine to take
Okay.
out germs.
Okay.
And
You can use chlorine to take out germs. That is fine. That is right answer. But I'm telling you, just by seeing, you don't have anything like chlorine and substance and all. I'm just telling you, just see the water, Bhavesh, and tell me whether it is pure or not. How can you tell?
if it is a dirt,
Mm-hmm.
I think I only know this one, ma'am. If it is a dirty water, it would become black.
Very
And
nice.
if it is pure water, it would like be transparent fully.
Very nice. Very nice. So you have to frame this as an answer. You can tell if water is pure or not when there is no substances or small particles or dust particles that are visible to your naked eye or not present. For example, take a glass of water. Put sand particles in that. Now I'm asking you, Bhavesh, is this pure or not? What will you say?
It's not pure.
It's not pure. Why you say it's not pure? Still, the water is transparent only. Water is not black.
Ma'am, but like beneath the water,
Very
the
nice.
sand the sand is insoluble, so it
Yeah.
would be beneath the water.
So you saw something is present in the water that is not edible. That is, you cannot consume that. right?
Yes, ma'am.
So that is why you are telling the water is not pure. So if some impurity is present in the water, that is visible in your naked eye, and you know that that is not edible for you, then you can say the water is not pure, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So these are the 3 questions I got for you. You can still explore many questions. In your NCERT book, it is present. And now coming to the last and final part, that is your homework. So again, I'm going to give you some, this exercise. You need to do this exercise in your home. You can do the exercise, highly recommended to do the exercise. And then you have to write down the results for me and show me in the next class. Take some sand and salt. Observe it. You can make a note of it, or you can take a picture.
Ma'am, 1 second. Can I take notes of this?
Yes, surely.
1 second, ma'am.
Done?
Done, ma'am.
Okay. So did you understand the homework while writing? Did you read it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then will you do it?
Okay, ma'am.
Sure? You want to write the results down, and you have to tell me the next class what you observe. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
So now just quick recap, summary of the class. So first what we studied, can you tell me the summary?
And we studied like what is separation.
Very nice.
What do you mean
Then
by separation?
what we studied?
And then you asked me to get vegetables and fruits.
Very nice.
And next, ma'am, you told me to try to peel them.
Very nice. Separate them. Yeah.
Not yeah. And next, you asked me the question of what the table one. What is
Yes.
what
Very
do
nice.
you mean constructing?
Yeah.
And And ma'am, next you ask me what is the result if we mix oil and water?
Yeah.
Oil and water together. And then you ask me some questions like
Yes.
about the type, ma'am.
I
Three
asked you
questions.
3 questions. I told you to go and try or ask your mother about churning of milk to get butter, right? That one question. Then second question is take real life examples for separation and make a table of your own. We studied one table, right? Blue color table. You make a
Yes, ma'am.
table of your own. Okay, take your own examples and make a same table for your own examples. And third one is you told me about natural manures, right? Tea powder. Tea powder you can use as manure. Like that, go and ask your mother, father, or explore, read some books and get me information more about natural manures. Like tea we are using as natural manure. Like that,
Yes,
what are all other substances you can use? These three are the extra points, extra homeworks I gave you. And apart from that, this activity also you should do. Okay? Fine.
okay,
And
ma'am.
one more thing, I think you can see my screen, right? What can you see in the screen?
Ma'am, I can see the table.
Okay, 1 second, I'll reshare. Now, can you see what you can see?
Ma'am, I can see some files. I can see
Yes.
some red files.
Now, can you see something?
No, ma'am.
Some PDF book.
I
Can you
can,
see?
ma'am, I can see a cursor on some file.
Okay, wait. Now, can you see me? Can you see the PDF? I'm
Ma'am,
opening some PDF. Can you
ma'am, I
see?
can see my book.
Yeah, very nice. You can see your book in the soft copy, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is the lesson we studied today. So what is your work is apart from the homework, I want you to read each and every line of this NCRT book. That is your own book. Okay, Bhavesh?
Okay, ma'am.
Whatever we discussed today, even the examples, everything is present in your book. And some extra examples and activities are also present in your book. Go your home or even immediately after this class, I advise you to read each and every line in your NCRT book. I'll tell you till which we covered today. The first page we covered, all the activities and everything. And this table we covered. And we didn't go for the method of separation. But already you are aware of hand picking method. That is very good. Tomorrow we will elaborately see what is hand picking, what is threshing, what is sweeping. Everything we'll see in the next class. Okay. Till this second page we studied. This table and the second page we studied. This one you have to read each and every line in your book. That is very important. And whatever questions we discussed, you have some you don't have any definition in this page, but it's good to read the definitions also. The definitions that are given, not highlighted one. The each and every line you need to read in the activity one. And next we will see these things in your next class. That is the rest of the things in your portions. We'll see in the upcoming class. Okay. And now I want you to go to the book back exercise. And can you see the first question? Why do we need to separate different components of a mixture? Give two examples.
Why do we need to separate different
29
types?
page number.
Yes, ma'am.
That question
Yes.
today I asked you, right? I gave you that question as homework. That is one of your book back exercise. So that is must. You should write the answer for it. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Fine. So the
Yes.
homeworks that you have noted in your notebook and whatever I said you, and NCRT, that is your book reading, is also one of your homework. Okay. Do you have any doubts in today's session? That's all today.
No, ma'am.
You don't have, right? Did you understand everything? Whatever I said you?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand?
Yes.
Okay. If you feel any difficulty or if you feel anything, I need to tell you more, you can tell me, right? Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.
Okay, ma'am. Same to you.
Hello, ma'am. Anita, ma'am.
Hello, good evening, ma'am.
Ma'am, Anita, ma'am. Is this Anita, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, actually, Manisha, ma'am, told me to take today, ma'am. That's why I took. I'm new. Actually, I don't know.
Actually, my daughter is in this class, sixth class. She was taking
Okay.
your class. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did she attend the class?
Yes, yes.
What's her name?
Tani Sharma, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Ma'am, actually, I don't know. I thought some faculty is saying that today is my class. Did you attend?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand everything?
Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, dear. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Actually, I advise you because I advise you one thing. You changed your name in the Zoom, okay? Because I thought some Anita ma'am, some faculty that is. I don't know that is you waiting in the room. Your name is what's your name?
Ma'am, Pani Sharma.
Okay, I am new here, okay? That's why I don't know. You change your name, right, in the Zoom so that
Yeah.
I'll know. Did you understand everything?
Yes, ma'am.
Uh, did you note down the homeworks as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Will you do it?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Actually, today we discussed about separation, dear. And I asked your friend, okay, that guy, your friend, to go and pick some vegetables, fruits, everything. And I told him to manually separate that, okay? And he separated. I also advise you to do the same thing, okay? I think you have listened the whole class, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so please follow the materials I'll post you. If you have any doubt, I'll tell you, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Sure. Homeworks, did you note everything?
Yes, ma'am.
Do that and see. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Bye. From tomorrow, from next class, we will meet. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Bye bye. See you.
Bye.